What is going on, everybody? What is going on, the Catch fam? My name is Jon Dawson, and in today's video, we are going through 5 pick'ems on the higher line that I absolutely love going into week 1 of the 2022 fantasy football season through the Underdog platform. If you guys do enjoy today's content, be sure to hit that like button on the way in, hit that subscribe button. Of course, if you are new to the channel, we put out free daily fantasy football content, and be sure to drop any comments, questions, concerns pertaining to the 2022 fantasy football season down below. Of course, if you are new to Underdog Fantasy, be sure to sign up with promo code THECATCH. Promo link in the description down below to double your first deposit up to $100. Without further ado, let's hop into today's video. All right, first on the list, we've got Deebo Samuel. I really like a lot of the odds for Deebo going into week 1 up against Chicago. I don't mind Deebo to score either a rushing or have a receiving touchdown. I don't mind him over 4 receptions. I don't mind him just under 12 fantasy points. Keep in mind, this is going to be in a half PPR setting. So most of you guys used to full PPR. This will be half PPR. Overall, my favorite lines for Deebo are for him to score a touchdown or get just around 12 fantasy points. I think both of those are very possible as a whole. Last year, Deebo had 6 receiving touchdowns and 8 rushing touchdowns. And even if we're expecting some regression, I still like this line overall quite a bit. In terms of receptions, last year he had at least 5 receptions in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games. So I really like that line, and I just think he's going to have a great day overall. So I love the line at just over 11.45 fantasy points heading into week 1. All right, next up we've got Jacoby Brissette. My favorite line here is Brissette to throw an interception going up against the Panthers. I really think defensively the Panthers are going to have a good day. I think this is a good line to take at the higher. When we look at Brissette's stats from last year, he had 4 interceptions in essentially 6 games that he played in, although he was technically active through 11 games. So I do think that it's a good line to take. And I just have one of those feelings, man. I just think it's a good overall outing for the Panthers defensively. And I really just don't think Brissette looked impressive in Miami last year. So I really like Brissette to throw 1 interception going into week 1. All right, I like Najee Harris to score a rushing or have a receiving touchdown. At the end of the day, 10 total touchdowns for Najee last year, 7 on the ground, 3 through the air without Ben Roethlisberger in week 1 in a divisional gritty matchup. I just really have a good feeling here. I just think that Najee has a good opportunity to find the end zone. So I think the higher on that line is a good line to take as a whole. All right, Marcus Mariota against a stout Saints defense that got even better in the offseason. Man, listen, I think Mariota is going to have a really tough outing. I really like the higher for Mariota to throw at least 1 interception. I think this is one that you could throw in a lot of pick'ems in terms of parlays and really have a positive outcome. I wouldn't, with any of these, you don't want to feed too much into them, but I really think Mariota at the higher at half an interception is a fantastic line to take heading into week 1. All right, last but not least, we've got Damien Pierce, the Houston Texans, going up against the Colts. It's a tough matchup, don't get me wrong, but I love the higher on 12.5 rushing attempts. I mean, Damien Pierce is your bona fide RB1. There's really no competition for him. So I think it's very likely that he will get more than 12 rushing attempts. I think it's very realistic. So I love the higher on 12.5 rushing attempts for Damien Pierce heading into week 1 of the 2022 fantasy football season. And that'll do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy the content, be sure to hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button, of course, if you're new to the channel. And if you guys are active in any pick'em slips through Underdog this week, and let me know in the comments down below what lines you guys are taking, whether it's a higher or a lower. I tend to go for the higher. I just like betting that way overall. So if you guys are into lowers, please let me know some of your guys' feedback overall. And of course, let me know what you guys think of these picks heading into week 1 of the 2022 fantasy football season. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you guys are new to Underdog and you'd like to double your first deposit up to $100, be sure to use promo code THECATCH. Promo link in the description down below. With that, I'll say thank you guys so much for watching and or listening. And remember, you saw it here on The Catch.